And I call the member for Bono.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. It is with great sorrow I rise in the House today to share my deepest condolences to the families who lost loved ones during this devastating bushfire season. While families lost mothers, daughters, fathers and sons, Australians lost brave, selfless heroes. It is so fitting that we dedicate today and yesterday to honouring and thanking those who have so courageously served our communities through the ongoing bushfire crisis, and importantly, those who have lost their lives. While the homes, roads and bridges can all be replaced, nothing can bring back the 33 people, including the 6 brave firefighters we lost. As a father myself, I can only imagine the pain of loss these families are feeling, and my thoughts are with you all as we grieve this tragedy. To the families who lost a loved one, Australia grieves with you. To the families of the fallen firefighters, Australia grieves with you. The deep gratitude we have for their sacrifice will never be forgotten. Through these tragic times, however, we also have witnessed an unprecedented outpouring of love, support, courage and generosity, the traits that continue to underpin the true Australian spirit. Every time Australians are knocked down in times of tragedy or natural disaster, our neighbours are there to pick us back up again. It is the selfless acts of donating goods, opening up your home or volunteering to help out that lifts our spirits and encourages us to carry on. Late last year, Moreton Island in my electorate of Bono was impacted by bushfires. On November the 16th, a large electrical storm rolled in and sparked a fire that rapidly spread to the northern parts of Moreton Island. While a number of residents' homes were under threat in the Cowan and Bullera townships, they were spared thanks to the tireless efforts of firefighters and local residents. While homes were saved, the same couldn't be said for many of the wildlife, bushland and camping grounds loved by so many. I would like to offer my sincerest thanks to the Queensland Fireys, Queensland Police and volunteer firefighters from the Cowan and Bullera townships of Moreton Island who stopped this fast-moving fire from becoming a complete disaster. The amazing staff at Tangalooma Island Resort also ensured the ongoing safety of residents, guests, staff and displaced campers. Their Aussie spirit shone through as they offered free shelter, blankets, pillows, bathroom facilities and a barbecue dinner for over 300 people displaced in the event, and I want to thank them for their outstanding efforts. Back in September, Queensland was suffering with more than 50 fires burning across the state. We lost the historic Binnaburra Lodge in the Gold Coast hinterland. Beautiful national parks burned and more than 15 homes were lost. In the drought-affected Granite Belt, the region already struggling with water restrictions suffered horrific bushfire conditions, and as a result, 7 structures, including 3 homes, were destroyed in the area. Raging bushfires impacted the Stanthorpe Township and the surrounding areas of the Summit and Applethorpe, with the New England Highway cut off. And there were no words to describe the devastation of that region as we fellow Queenslanders watched on. Power was cut, water was already scarce, and the dry landscape just lit up. It stirred a lot of emotion from many people in my electorate who are connected to our rural neighbours, and the popular region is well known, and many of my constituents wanted to help. Leading up to Christmas, I decided to support the Granite Belt region with the Ross Vasta Christmas Appeal for Stanthorpe to give people in my electorate of Bono the opportunity to help out. Partnering with online charity Give It, I was so proud and humbled by the amazing donations received. We managed to raise more than $5,000 to help bring some of the Christmas cheer back to the region. It inspired people of all ages in my electorate to help. One donation that stood out was 8-year-old Charlotte Muse of Wynnum State School. Charlotte held a bake sale with the Moreton Bay Girls Guides and raised $123, which she gave to our Christmas appeal. She recently visited her grandparents in Stanthorpe, and she decided she wanted to help farmers struggling through the drought. We also made sure donations received were spent at local businesses in the area to further support the region. Stanthorpe's St Vincent de Paul Society branch identified a number of families in need to ensure that the donations from My Electorate of Bonner went to those who needed it most. Thank you to everyone who donated to this appeal. You have helped bring so much joy and relief to those who really need it. We had barely driven out of the city when Lee Shroud from the St Vincent de Paul, Stanthorpe, called to say that she had already given some donations to the local family in need. The mum was so overwhelmed that she nearly became speechless. She was so grateful. To receive such warm-hearted responses from the community made it so apparent how much people in the bush are struggling and how much they value our help, big or small. As a nation, we are only as strong as we are united and as weak as we are divided. The spirit, courage and mateship shown in times of crisis unite us and define us. Thank you to everyone who has united to support the families, businesses and communities completely devastated from these bushfires. Together, we will get through it and will come out that much stronger.